Aloha, friends and neighbors. Welcome to show 965. 965 weeks I've served you. Yeah. My pleasure. We're going to do the first week in June 2015. A very interesting week for you on the Sky Mirror, first of all. And then we're going to get into I got some interesting predictions for you. And some interesting information, hopefully that will make your life more interesting and more enjoyable. So let's get to the Sky Mirror right away. Okay, I got a chart all drawn up for you. I have to admit here that when I drew this, I wasn't aware of the Neptune station coming up. So I didn't draw it big like usual, so I'm going to circle it here for you and tell you there's some Neptune action up ahead and remind myself. So here's our chart. We still have the Uranus-Pluto square, but everything else settled down a little bit. We still also have the Jupiter-Uranus trine. Oh boy! And here's the Sun coming up to set it off, and Mars, and so this is an enlightenment trine. I got a piece of enlightenment I want to share with you after the Sky Mirror of my own. At any rate, it kind of alternates, because see this dotted red line here? Well, that's a 150-degree angle. They have different names in technical astrology, inconjuncts, and things like that. But it's a seesaw. So when one's up, the other's down. When Pluto's up, Jupiter's down. Pluto's down. Now, that means that your enlightenment sextile here, flashes of insight that could change you forever, have to alternate with your concerns for Pluto. What's Pluto? Well, Pluto is guns, for one thing, and policemen. Yes, one reason is that you had a last full moon. Remember, every full moon that happens changes the color and the tone of the month following. The last full moon was at 13 Scorpio, and it gave power to Pluto. So we're digging into these Pluto things, the policemen and all of that, and the guns. And I got a funny story to tell you about guns, but let's get to the Sky Mirror first. Saturn is trining Venus. Venus actually coming up to trine Saturn settles down your love life a little bit. Let's check it out day by day. As we run the moon around the edge of this planetary pattern, it gives us the mood of the times. It's best to think of these just like people, But the moon is their inner consciousness, the non-verbal one that picks up pictures and emotions and gives you your mood. And if you're on the Thursday show on the 28th of May here, it gets a little panicky at night. Here's the old Pluto-Uranus square. Now we're giving power to Pluto, so it's not got the edge that it had in that last month when we had that awful full moon hitting that square. Right now, the full moon is giving accent to Pluto, and it's about to change on you. Yes, because you got another full moon coming up on Tuesday at 6:20 a.m. This one's at 12 degrees of Sagittarius. Now, 12 degrees of Sagittarius is right up here, and you can see already it's kind of a danger zone. And this full moon takes away from Pluto, and we say, the heck with it. Let's give up our guns and our power and our war on terror and all that stuff. It trines Jupiter. Yes, but it squares Neptune. And the vibes are going to change a lot. Anyway, for now, you're not going to be happy with the guns and the police and the plutonium and all of that here on the Thursday night show. And when the moon opposes Uranus here, which is until midnight, 2 a.m. Friday morning, there's this sense of sudden aloneness. And, is the power grid safe? I don't know. It's a little shaky. So we could get, this is also the tornado and earthquake zone here. But no matter. Friday morning, here's a square to Venus. This is actually more like noontime. But, you know, there's no sweets. You won't get no rest. You might as well get up and go to work. Yep. Or earlier the better. And, you know, take it easy on lunch, because you won't be able to get satisfied, huh? Now, the moon leaves Libra here about 11 o'clock at night or so on Friday. And the vibes change a lot. Once the moon goes into Scorpio on Saturday, it mellows out, it's more stable. And looky here, here's Saturday night. There's a nice trine to Neptune. Neptune in his good side is the priest, artist, doctor, musician, and here's color and art, music, and here's Jesus, you know, telling you how to raise your level of getting in the other guy's shoes and being compassionate, huh? Using your higher heart. That's Neptune. Really good side to Neptune. We can talk about the other sides too, because it rules Pisces, Neptune does. And there's two little fish there. One of them is Jesus. The other one is a bit of a pickpocket or a deceiver. So here's a good side anyway, Saturday. Enjoy music and art, and sit under a tree and commune with, read Jesus Saturday night. Pluto comes in and with a nice sextile here early Sunday morning. It's, you know, 2 o'clock in the morning almost, but there's some discovery. Sunday morning at breakfast, here's a square to Jupiter. There's a tendency to overdo it. The moon's in Scorpio, so, you know, overdoing it in a fixed sign, not too good. You won't stop. So I wouldn't go for a big breakfast on Sunday. Nope. The pleasure is here with the Venus trine Sunday night. It's late. It's a you know, it's a cozy time. There's some pleasure. There's some sweets. There's some goodies. Take it while you can get it. Monday morning, the moon's still in Scorpio, and not so bad. You're going to have a sweet morning from the Venus trine, but you know, when it shifts into Sagittarius here, everything changes suddenly. But the suddenness has a cold, dank feeling to it, because the moon's going to go by Saturn. And Saturn dries things out, makes us scared. Saturn is the guy that crushes people. Saturn is the cold, it's the dryness, it's the grim reaper. And here's a guy that helped you get that big train accident over in, where was it, Baltimore. I'll show you that later. But so this is a scary time, Monday morning. Your news may not be good. It might be depressing. Sometimes Saturn freezes things. Sometimes you'll get balls of hail, you know, around tornado times when they go up and down and up and down. Every time they go up into the clouds, it gets another layer of ice. Time it comes down, it's a golf ball. So Saturn freezes things too. Strange to say, the 1st of June, huh? Anyway, it's cold Monday morning, philosophically. Take it easy. It doesn't get too much better late Monday night. Here you are about midnight, and we have an opposition to Mercury. There's communication problems. And here Tuesday morning, we got a square to Neptune. We're confused. Do they mean right or left? Where's the liquids? Where's the fuels? Where's the gas? Would somebody turn the wrong valve? Look out, because here in the middle of Tuesday is an opposition to Mars. Now, you know, I spent a lot of my life trying to make you safer on Oahu from flammable liquids and gases and chemicals. And this is the setup, because Mars is a source of ignition. We're on the full moon here. There could be fires. There could be liquid spills. And this isn't necessarily just your old sewage spill, which to me is kind of a joke, because sewage is quite sterile. But it comes from the old days when it carried waterborne disease, and our health departments are still operating in the old day mode. But to me, this is, you know, this with Neptune here, the hydrocarbons, and the source of ignition here. This could be a big fire. This can be a lot of smoke. In the industry, back with the fire departments, and I was a big part of it in my day. Going to the fire, you could see the black smoke rising off the oil fire or the gasoline fire or something. And then as soon as the white smoke happened, you knew the fire department had put the first water on the fire. You'd take the time. White smoke scene. It took the fire department You know, 4 minutes to get there and get water on it. Well, you can't put water on flammable liquids. You need Hickam Air Force Base and the airports, the foam machines that wait to put out fires on airplanes. So flammable liquids fires could be a problem for the first half of June, frankly. You'll find out Tuesday morning. If you smell some fumes, find out what it is and watch for that source of ignition. All it takes is a little bit of a flame. Tuesday evening, we've got the Enlightenment thing kicks in. Yeah, here's a trine to Jupiter. This is before dinner. And here's a trine to Uranus after dinner. And so here, what a day, huh? Wow. Everybody angry and confused and lost the first part of Tuesday. And in the evening, we turned on the TV and there was wisdom or some life-changing idea. Ideas are Uranus. I'll tell you about mine later. The idea vibes continue through Wednesday until the middle of the day. And then the moon shifts into Capricorn. The vibes change. It gets a little more serious and you get a chance to plan more. And here on Thursday morning, there's a nice sextile to Neptune. It's time to get your liquids straight. Is that going to flood? We'll fix it. Is that gas I smell? Is that exhaust I smell? It could be exhaust. Pluto is carbon monoxide and it's killing people on our roads. You smell a little exhaust, you know, your sense of smell only lasts for like 30 seconds and then the brain zones out that circuitry and gets ready to smell a new smell. Your nose is a defense mechanism. I used to teach the guys at the refinery, when you smell that propane, you smell that odor, you smell anything like that, go after it right now, because in a little bit you won't smell it. So investigate, or you could be sorry. And investigations are happening here on Thursday afternoon and evening. And it leads you into a sense of aloneness. Here's the Pluto-Uranus square. It's gone back to Thursday nights now. And, gosh, gets shaky, gets panicky. When the moon goes by Pluto, in the middle of Thursday, feels a little panicky, huh? A lot different than this nice blue area here. So if you get some sleep Thursday night and not worry about the electricity, Friday morning isn't so bad. And Friday night, there's a nice sextile, it's a sextile to Saturn. You get kind of organized. It's a good time to do the budget, but there's an opposition to Venus. There's no sweets here Friday night. This Friday is Venus's day, you know, Vendrady. This is the day of Venus. You're supposed to take your date out for some love. No love here. Get some business done Friday night, because Venus is not happy with the whole thing, and she's going to sit this one out. Saturday morning, moon's in Aquarius, and moon went into Aquarius about dinner time on Friday the 5th, and hit that sobering point, planning with the sextile to Saturn, and this I'm too busy for love Friday night. And in the morning of Saturday, there's a nice trine to Mercury. You can talk things out, communicate, make a plan. Saturday night, here's a nice trine to the Sun. We're getting things done. Yeah. Sunday morning, that's Saturday night, that's about midnight, opposition to Jupiter. You might not like thunder and rain here, or just tendency to overdo it. But Sunday morning, spring into action. Here's a nice trine to Mars. Yeah, a sextile to Uranus. The brothers are out. Everybody's being a hero. You know, this is a good, get up, get something done. Be with people Sunday morning. It's a nice morning. And you won't feel the cold and the restrictions until late Sunday. You know, 10, 11 o'clock at night. Here's a square to Saturn. And then up ahead, look at here. Here's Neptune. Comes up Monday the 8th. More talk about that shortly.